It's been really fun these last couple of weeks talking about jerseys in the Ontario Hockey League. Last week, if you didn't see the video, we ranked the top 10 white jerseys in the Ontario Hockey League. And this time, we're shifting to the dark colored jerseys. And this is the current OHL teams. That's why I'm wearing my Belleville Bulls jersey. It's my favorite of all time for the Ontario Hockey League. So I figured it's safe to wear the old Bulls jersey. Although, with the way the rumors are going, maybe we'll have the Belleville Bulls back in the Ontario Hockey League in the next few years. One can only hope that we'll see this jersey back in the OHL. But in the meantime, let's take a look at my 10 favorite OHL home jerseys or dark colored jerseys, because they're going to switch to this January 1st, where the dark colored jerseys are back on home ice. So if I call it home, that's why. So anyways, let's dive right into it. At number 10, I have the Oshawa Generals. It's a classic jersey. This team dates back quite a ways in the Ontario Hockey League. Oshawa and Peterborough, two of the oldest teams in the Ontario Hockey League, although they did have that pause in their timeline when their arena burned down back in the 1950s. But outside of that, the Oshawa Generals, a very classic look with the red uniforms. I know that some get upset with the wordmark logo, but you go pretty far back, and that's how long this jersey or this look has been in place. They do change the shoulder crest every now and then. They had the one shoulder crest where it was honoring past legends who played with the Oshawa Generals, the likes of Eric Lindros and Bobby Orr. But right now they do have the circle logo on the shoulder, which is a nice touch. I don't mind that, but that's why I have the Oshawa Generals at number 10. At number 9, the Saginaw Spirit. I know there's some who are not a big fan of the color scheme that the Saginaw Spirit have, but I do really like it here on the home jerseys. The nice touch is if you pay attention to the numbers on the back of the jersey, you can kind of see the faint American flag. It's a very patriotic jersey, I know, and that kind of turns people off. But I do love the colors, the deep red that they have on the shoulders and on the arms. I think that's a nice touch with the darker blue, and that's why I've got this one at number 9. At number 8, the Brantford Bulldogs. I know that these are colors that came from the city of Hamilton because black and yellow is kind of the trademark colors of Hamilton, but it's carried over to Brantford, and they do it well. I know it's a copy and paste of the Pittsburgh Penguins jersey, but I love this color combination, and the logo is on par. Probably one of the better logos in the Canadian Hockey League with the Bulldog. And I know this logo dates back to the 90s when it was an American Hockey League team, but with the color scheme that they have, it's on point. And I think that right now the Brantford Bulldogs have a winning look, and that's why I have them at number 8. At number 7, the London Knights. There's some people who don't really like to see green on jerseys, but it breaks the mold from what we typically see in hockey uniforms we get a lot of blues, we get a lot of blacks and reds. So green kind of stands out. And I do like this look of the London Knights. It kind of reminds you of the Minnesota North Stars. It's got that kind of old school feel to it with the green, gold and white and black. So I have this one at number 7. It's also a logo that you see and right away, you know it's the London Knights. Even if you're not too familiar with the OHL, but you do know hockey circles, when you see that Knight logo, you know what team it is. But it is a pretty classy uniform. I do prefer when they had the cream-colored jerseys, maybe about 15 years ago. That was a nice uniform too. It was like an old school Knights helmet. But of course, they moved on from that, and they've actually had this is now the second jersey design they've had since then. But I think right now, if the London Knights could stick with this one for a bit, I think they've got a winner. At number 6, I have the Barrie Colts. For the Barrie Colts, it's nice that they have a logo that's not a word mark. It's of course the Colts inside the horseshoe with the hockey stick. I think this logo, it's a great logo. It came out 30 years ago in the league when the Barrie Colts joined the Ontario Hockey League. I know it is a blue jersey when I just said a lot of teams have the blue, but it's a nice touch they have with the striping. And it's the yellow and red. I like the fact that it doesn't go all the way around the arm. And the other nice thing too that I like that you don't see too often on jerseys, because I think it's hard to do, is a different colored nameplate. With the letters in the player's name and also on the numbers. Because typically on a jersey, on the home uniforms, it's always white lettering and maybe a colored outline. But for the Barrie Colts, they can get away with it because yellow is a part of their color scheme. And I like that touch quite a bit. Yeah, maybe the Barrie Colts look is getting a little old, and maybe they could do an update. But I think this one it's right up there. That's why I have it number 6 in my jersey ranking. At number 5, I have the Sudbury Wolves. Their home jersey is my favorite in the Ontario Hockey League, but for their home or their colored jerseys, it's near the top, not at the top because there's something that really stands out to me, but still, you can't go wrong with this look of the Sudbury Wolves, the blue, gray, and white. The best logo right now in the Ontario Hockey League on that uniform. I think this is a winning design. It kind of reminds me a little bit what they had back in the 2000s, like the 2007 run when they went all the way to the OHL final and lost to the Plymouth Whalers. That is a classic design that really, for the Sudbury Wolves, you don't want to sway too far from it. I know there's some Wolves fans who would like to go back to the green. We had that retro jersey a few years ago. That was maybe about 12 years ago or so. But this one right here, I love the shoulders, and they've got the striping right, and it's a great color scheme to complement the logo on the front. At number 4, the Sioux Greyhounds. And for Sault Ste. Marie, when they chose the Greyhounds name, they picked it because they said a Greyhound is faster than a wolf. And I guess I prefer their jersey one up over the Sudbury Wolves. And the thing with Sault Ste. Marie, I know it's a copy and paste of the Detroit Red Wings, but they have the stars at the top of the chest above the Sioux Greyhound logo, which is something they've had throughout their time in Sault Ste. Marie playing junior hockey. And it's something that is very unique. You don't see a lot of teams do this. I know the Cornwall Royals, when you look at old photos of their jerseys, they also had stars on their uniform, but of course, the Royals, now they're technically the Sarnia Sting, so we don't have another team that does this kind of design with the stars on top. So I like red. It's my favorite color, so I'm letting that out there, and that's why I think I have a little bit of a lean towards the Sioux Greyhounds, putting them at number 4. At number 3, I have the Erie Otters. I think the logo is fantastic. Some might say it's busy, but I do like the fact they hide the word Erie in the helmet of the Erie Otter. But then the colors. I love the yellow stripe. It's a thinner stripe that goes around the bottom of the trim. And the Erie Otter logo on the shoulders, also a fun touch. It's the otter, of course, on the shoulders. Maybe the advertisement patch throws this jersey off a little bit, but really, I think that's the direction that we're heading in. We're going to see more of that in the Ontario Hockey League, unfortunately, but still, I think the Erie Otters, they have a great look right now. Yes, it's another blue jersey. Like I said, you're going to notice there's a lot of blue jerseys in hockey. You can't escape it, but I think they do a good job with the yellow is the nice addition that I like that really brings this jersey a little more to life than what some of their past jerseys had. At number 2, I had to go with a historic look. It's the Peterborough Petes, the maroon and whites. I said this in the last ranking video I did that I have a soft spot for traditional and classical looks, and that's exactly what the Peterborough Petes have here. It's a very simple maroon and white jersey. I love the Petes logo in white. I prefer that a little more over the maroon Petes on the white jersey, but I still had that jersey ranked pretty high in my other ranking. But still, for the Peterborough Petes, they changed to this look not too long ago, and I feel like this is a look that they've never really should have gone away from. It's something that's very iconic in the Canadian Hockey League circles. The Peterborough Petes, well known if you're a hockey fan, even other parts of the country. When you hear the Peterborough Petes, you know that it's a hockey team. And the Liftlock City, they might not be having a great season right now, but at least they look great on the ice. So that leaves us with number 1 in my rankings of the home jerseys. I went with the Barber Poles. The Ottawa 67s, their jerseys, okay, from a broadcast perspective, might not be the easiest to read on the fly during a game, but it's the only jersey in the Ontario Hockey League or Canadian Hockey League that uses this striping. And when you see this on the ice, you know it's the Ottawa 67s. The city of Ottawa, their colors are red, black, and white. And even when you look back into the history of hockey in the city of Ottawa, the original Ottawa Senators from 100 years ago, they had a barber pole look. And we saw the Ottawa Senators kind of embrace that with a third jersey 5-10 years ago. So for the Ottawa 67s, they got it right. It's a look that I think is iconic for the junior hockey club. It's something they've had since joining the circuit back in 1967. They did have, of course, the Angry Puck logo in the 1990s. That one was okay. I do prefer this one. And again, that's me liking the traditional looks in the Ontario Hockey League. And that's why I have Ottawa at number one in my rankings. It's a very unique jersey. It's something that stands out. And yeah, even though I can't, it gives me problems during a broadcast from time to time. I like that they put the numbers on the shoulder. They used to be on the arms and you could never read the numbers there. But now that they're on the shoulders, it's definitely easier to read when a player is flying down the wing, especially on the opposite side of the ice. So that's my top 10. And honorable mention here, I'm going with the Guelph Storm. I love their crimson red color. I think if they had the old logo, it would probably make my top 10. I'm not a big fan of the logo they have right now with the forward-facing storm. And then, of course, the big word mark. But I love the color scheme and the striping, and I like the detail of the numbers on the Guelph Storm jersey. So that's why I want to do an honorable mention there. Also, the Windsor Spitfires. I feel like their look is a classic since they won the back-to-back OHL and Memorial Cup championships in this look. It's just something that I think is something that will stand the test of time. I think they do better than the Washington Capitals look with that logo. So that's why I give Windsor an honorable mention with their red jerseys. And also the North Bay Battalion. I have to give them a shout out. I know they didn't make my top 10. They were number 2 in my white jersey rankings, but here I dropped them down because I guess I'm not a big fan of the olive green is probably the thing that I'm kind of not too sure about. I know it fits with the battalion theme. They still have the chevrons on the arms for the military aspect. It says North Bay, but I just feel like there should be something maybe a little more to break up the green. I like the striping, though, at the bottom, but I do prefer their white jerseys a lot more than their green jerseys. But still, I do like how unique their jersey is. So that's my ranking of the top 10 colored jerseys, home jerseys, whatever you want to call them, in the Ontario Hockey League. Would love to see your ranking. Put down below your top 10 favorite OHL uniforms. And I know some people have been asking maybe do a ranking of the third jerseys. Well, we'll see about doing that maybe in the coming weeks, where we'll look at the current third jerseys and how they rank in the Ontario Hockey League. So love the interactions. Thank you very much for all your support. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Talk to you soon.